Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I don't know what's going on at the moment. There has just been so much content released over the past couple days for Overwatch. We've had dev blogs, we've had live video blogs, we've had multiple just patch notes and everything else, and we've got more today, including, well, we've had multiple trailers too. The level of content right now is kind of through the roof, so Season 18 is looking to be insane. But we've got two more to go through today. We got a weekly recall, and we've actually already got the patch notes for the new season, which they've never done that. I think the earliest I've ever seen the patch notes come out for a season is like an hour or two before, not 5 days before. Or 4 days, I guess, because, yeah, today's 22nd. But let's go ahead and dive into it. Weekly recall, gaining progress. Hey everyone, Season 18 is right around the corner, and it's an exciting time for us on the game design team. Some long-term projects are finally coming to fruition, and we're psyched for you to try them out. One of our passion projects has been reworking and revamping the progression system to be more refined, understandable, and engaging for new Overwatch fans, as well as those of you who've been here since the beginning. We've been refining a featured Team 4 called Progression 2.0 for about 6 months and can't wait for you to dive into it. I've already talked about this in previous videos, but I am so glad they're finally doing something with the hero progression. It's just been such a wasted feature this whole time. And, I mean, you can see the image here. I will go ahead and scroll down a little bit. I like this. Having something that you can actually flex for grinding a specific hero is such a nice change. Through feedback and data analysis, we know how much you enjoy being able to show off dedication to your favorite heroes. If you're a veteran player, you may remember the original Overwatch progression system that emphasized overall time played. Thanks to community feedback, we created a system for Overwatch 2 that instead focused on hero-based progression levels. This was a step in the right direction, but we've noticed that the system feels unnecessarily complex and wasn't resonating correctly. It was a fine system, but we wanted to give you something great. Hence, Progression 2.0. The result of a lot of collaboration from folks across Team 4, from the systems design to the art team. And fully streamlined system with better rewards, completely overhauled visuals, and an easier method to keep track of your progress. So again, great change. I'm glad they did it. For every 20 levels of hero progression, which you'll gain by playing a hero in any mode except custom games, just as it has been since Overwatch 2 launched, you'll earn a new Ascended Portrait border that automatically applies when you play that hero in a match. These borders start out basic, but gain complexity and electric energy as you level up your favorite heroes, culminating in a fiery flare at level 60 that lets everyone know this definitely isn't your first round of quick play. Ascended borders are visual bragging rights that can only be earned by putting time and effort into a hero. Any earned border will shimmer for your allies on the hero select screen, as well as on the kill cam for the enemy to see. I like the icons. I'm assuming the ones underneath are like your top 3. Well, no, because Sombra is 42 versus 27. What? Yeah, I'm not really sure how that's going to work, because, I mean, it shows the Sombra here at level 42, and then below it, it has level 27. So I'm really not sure about that, unless this is just here as an example. These cards serve two main purposes. One, it's an easy way to show off your most played heroes and brag about your levels. And two, we believe the information shown on these cards will allow you to build a better team composition under the time constraints of Hero Select. You'll also earn badges between Ascended checkpoints. These may look vaguely familiar. You've had badges on your career profile for a while. We've reworked the badges to show less granular changes and flaunt larger ones in a recognizable color scheme. The classic system of color-graded items, from common gray to golden legendary, badges appear under your portrait in the Hero Select for even more bonus bragging rights. I mean, these are fine, to be honest. I never notice the badges as is. I mean, they do look nicer like this, but I hardly ever just go look at my profile. So I'm a lot more excited about the borders than I am the badges. Now playing in 3D. While a new border and badge system is nice, we also understand that many of you are here for the loot. Better rewards are a cornerstone of the Progression 2.0 system, and were developed a more intuitive place to see your progress and actually use the items you've earned. So is it just cosmetics, or, well, no, it says use. Previously, rewards through the hero progression were mixed into the cosmetic section they belonged to. Most players only use those rewards if they could find them. The brand new Progression 2.0 Hero screen is a multifunctional page with 3D models, progression tracking, and easy to navigate rewards list. So it is still just loot boxes and the cosmetics. It's just you can equip them from here instead of having to go to the hero menu. So it's really nothing has changed, I don't think. It's just easier to equip them as you unlock them. For all your hard work, you'll earn epic and legendary loot boxes at certain milestones while leveling up your heroes. Hero-specific items earned while leveling, like name cards or titles, can also be equipped with a single click. No more hunting for a newly earned profile icon in a sea of Pachimari. So yeah, it's just an easier way to equip them as you unlock them. The best part, these levels are awarded retroactively and reflect your experience in Overwatch 2 thus far. Let's say you're a Baptiste fan and you've already put in enough time to get him to level 50. You'll already have every reward, ascended borders, badges, cosmetics, and loot boxes up to level 50. This applies to every hero in the game too. If you're a veteran player, get ready to open a lot of sparkly presents. Cosmetic starter kits. Though the Progression 2.0 system will be fun for longtime players, it's especially important for those of you who are new to Overwatch or new to playing a hero outside of your usual suspects. Everyone has to start somewhere, and we realized how unfun it was being the only person in the match lobby without a cute outfit or fun player icon for your favorite heroes. So we're giving a warm welcome to players answering the Overwatch call. For the first 20 levels of hero progression, you'll earn hero-specific cosmetics and Overwatch credits to kickstart your cosmetic collection. There's also a bit of an experience curve up to level 20, making earlier cosmetics and levels easier to earn. For the statistics nerds out there, the curve flattens at level 20 to a standard amount of time played. Since the items are easily available to earn by leveling up heroes, we've taken them out of the hero gallery so they won't be purchasable with credits. Those of you who have already earned the cosmetics will be granted credits equivalent to the value of those rewards shortly before Season 18 launches. Use them to unlock something else you've been saving up for. That I like. I'm assuming a lot of that's going to be just like the blue rarity skins, just like the recolors of the default and stuff like that. Just basic skins and cosmetics that most people would have skipped over unless they just had extra credits. They're just going to hand those out for free and refund it to people that's bought it. So I like that. To the OGs. Change can be hard, so we wanted to take the time to clear up some anticipated concerns, especially for veteran and high-level players who worry about the new system will affect their gameplay. Shielding your top heroes can be important in competitive mode, so rest assured that the enemy teams will not be able to see your player card or ascended borders until well after the game begins. Ascended borders operate on the same system that shields your hero from picks for 10 to 15 seconds after a match begins. Enemy teams will not be able to see your full player cards until after you've eliminated them or they eliminate you. Player cards will be shown on the side of the kill cam, but it'll be toggleable option if that isn't your thing. Okay. It's a lot bigger than I was expecting it to be. But I mean, it's literally, its only purpose is to flex on people, so I'm fine with that. Your teammates, however, will be able to see your full player card once Hero Select begins. Player cards can be shielded with streamer mode, but this feature is only available for those who have completed the Tenacious Hero Challenge, which requires winning 750 games in any mode. A streamer's most played heroes will be hidden from view, but their Ascended's border will still be visible to everyone. Our goal is to help streamers and content creators avoid being pigeonholed into hero picks. We hope you enjoy the new Progression 2.0 system, and we look forward to seeing how high you can climb up the progression ladder with your favorite heroes. Yeah, this is all good. There's not a single thing here that I can complain about. It's all good changes. So let's jump over and take a look at the patch notes. So Overwatch 2 retail patch notes for August 26th. 1 of 94? Is that legit? Oh my god. This might be the biggest patch notes in the game's history. It's still going. It's still going. Are you kidding? Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and just start with this. I will not be reading all of this aloud. I'm going to skim through and just skip through and point out the highlights. And if anyone wants to come read the 94-page patch notes, y'all know where to go. But yeah, this is just going to be the highlights. So Diva perks, got rid of the heavy rockets. You now have a new perk that just tightens your spread for 3 seconds. Hazard got multiple nerfs. Spike Guard now only refills ammo when dealing damage to an enemy. Jagged Wall knockback reduced from 50 to 40. Health reduced from 400 to 350. Several perk changes. I don't really think Hazard's been doing that great, so I'm kind of surprised to see him get multiple nerfs there. Orissa's new perk. It's a minor perk. While Fortify is active, has no movement speed reduction and no heat generation. That's a significant buff on her perk. Ramatra's got a couple nerfs. Ravenous Vortex no longer interrupts horizontal momentum when first affecting the target. That's strange. Nemesis Form bonus armor reduced from 300 to 250. His block now triggers a 1-second cooldown. Yeah, so several nerfs for Ramatra there. Okay, the Roadhog one I definitely want to stop and look at, because talked about in the previous video, he is basically getting reworked to how he was before his previous rework. So I need to know if they buffed his damage to compensate for losing the Pigpen. Because if the one-shot's back, that's something people need to know. But even if he can't one-shot, they definitely need to buff the damage to compensate for that. So, developer comments. Pigpen was originally intended to give Roadhog more spatial presence on the battlefield. But in practice, it reinforced his hook combo playstyle and limited his flexibility in engagements. To address this, we've restored the classic primary-secondary fire on Scrap Gun, providing more consistent damage options and letting Roadhog better contest the space on the front line. The take-a-breather adjustments have been successful, offering greater defensive uptime without excessive personal strain, so its functionality remains the same, but it has been moved to Ability 2 with a default toggle and additional cancel option to keep that flexibility intact. So, other than the resource being on a meter, he's back to how Hog was before. So let's look at the stats. Scrap Gun Primary Fire reverted to classic primary-secondary fire functionality. Primary fire no longer includes a volley of 4 extra large long-range projectiles. Number of projectiles for primary fire increased from 16 to 25. Damage per pellet reduced from 6.25 to 6. I would have to go back and look at his old stats. But I feel... I mean, that's definitely a damage buff on his primary. I'm just trying to think if that'd be enough for a one-shot. At 6 times 25, that's 150 if all the pellets hit. The hook damage and the melee. Yeah, that's not even going to be close to a one-shot, since everybody has, or most players have 250 or higher. Because when he had his rework, everybody was still around 200. It was before the Season 9 changes. So I don't know that that's going to be enough of a damage buff, because it feels like, I think they just put it back to what it was previously without accounting for the extra health everyone has now. So, I mean, I'm going to have to go back and look, but that might need to be something they need to revisit. Secondary fire, initial volley no longer crits. Pigpen is removed. Take a breather is moved from secondary fire to ability 2. Option to toggle on the ability is now on by default. Added ability 1 primary fire and secondary fire. Additional cancel buttons while toggled. Minimum time cancelable reduced from 0.8 to 0.6. Perks. I mean, yeah, Pent Up had to get gotten rid of because they don't have the Pigpen anymore. Extend the range of Scrap Gun by 50% and tighten the spread. So we've got Sniper Hog. That's interesting. Hydrogen exposure removed and instead got Pulled Pork. Gain overhealth based on how far you pull your enemies with chain hook up to 250. Okay, that's a nice one. Does it stack? Because if you like hook somebody into the well or do manage to finish them off as soon as they hook, you might have your hook back off cooldown before they do 250. So I'm curious if that stacks or if it caps at 250. I'm definitely going to have to jump in and do some tests on Hog as soon as the patch goes live. Okay, this is a good one for Ash. For people who have trouble hitting your dynamite, there's a new minor perk. After using dynamite, pressing E again causes it to detonate after a half-second delay. So, honestly, I think the other option for the minor perk is just a boosted coach gun distance. So I'll probably take that one just for the convenience. Cassidy just straight up reduced his health back to 250 in line with everyone else. That's kind of funny. And he's got a new major perk, replaces secondary fire with piercing shots that inflict bleeding. Combat Roll and Deadeye reset its cooldown. Interesting. So if you're playing at mid-range, that's going to be like an auto pick. I mean, it's not overpowered or anything. It's just a nice option to let you play a different play style. I do like that one. Echo got some nice buffs on her perks. Focusing Beam, range increased by 4 meters, and movement is increased by 10%. And a new one for her ult, when she ults, starts with 50% ult charge. And also has one, damage reduction has been removed from all sticky bombs. So Echo is going to be dangerous once she gets her unlocks her perks now. Genji, a new minor perk, quick melee reduces the cooldown of Swift Strike by 3 seconds. That's kind of broken. I really hope they at least have to hit somebody with it and that you can't just like quick melee a wall twice and get your cooldown back. That'd be kind of stupid. But even having to melee somebody with it is gonna. Oh boy, Genji mains are gonna love that. Oh, and to stack on top of the reduced cooldown, there's a major perk that you can put with it that now does an additional 25 damage over time if you swift strike someone below half health. Oh, yeah, Genji mains are eating good this season. Ah, Junkrat. This is one I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on. I liked aluminum frame. I liked being able to throw my trap further because I just enjoy putting it in annoying places. So sad to see that one go. And it's replaced with mine recycling. A killing blow with a mine restores 1 charge of the mine. So, I mean, that's definitely a better perk. I just enjoyed the aluminum frame because it let me put it in weird spots. Bomb Voyage is a nice buff, though. After launching with a mine, gain 33% attack speed for 3 seconds. So, yeah, you can literally rain hell on somebody. Sojourn has been reduced to 225. That's a surprise. But to compensate for the health reduction, they have buffed her damage from 15 to 16 per bullet. Honestly, I would rather them have left her at 250 than give her more damage. Oh, and she's got a perk to bring back her original disruptor shot. So people going to be getting slowed by that again. Oh my god. While sliding, power slide generates up to 50 energy. I need to go back and read the comment on this because what did they say? While Sojourn's win rate is relatively low, she can still feel frustrating to play against. Lowering her health increases her vulnerability, but the slight mobility and primary fire improvements help offset the loss in survivability. Oh, please revert this. Losing 25 HP is not enough to compensate for all this. Her primary now does more. The cooldown on Power Slide has been reduced. She has a minor perk that gives her a slow, and then a major perk that gives 50 free energy by sliding. Oh my god. Yeah, Sojourn's top meta again. I don't see this one as being like major meta. It's just going to be very annoying to face. Soldier's new minor perk, Helix Rocket cooldown, is reduced by 80% during Visor. So you're going to be able to fire, what, 3 Helix Rockets during your Visor? That's going to be annoying. And change to Stim Pack. Now change so that Stim Pack replaces Biotic Field and now heals for 30 health per second and gains 20% attack speed for 5 seconds. I mean, I'm fine with that. That seems more like a quality of life change than anything else. I think it's going to balance out to about the same damage and same heals. It's just now you get both instead of either or at the expense of a cooldown. Hang on. Symmetra. Hovering Barrier Major perk. Teleporter gains the option to create a forward-moving barrier instead. Pressing E again slows down the barrier's movement. Isn't that like OG Symmetra, just firing barriers? Back when the teleporter was her ult? That's going to be interesting. That'll let people actually play Symmetra as a support again, just randomly firing barriers to help mitigate damage. Torb runs 20% faster while his hammer is out. That's a funny perk. So Ana, Nano Boost now grants 40% movement speed to her and the target instead of giving them both an actual nano. So that's a nice change. And Biotic Bounce is moved from minor to major, deals 60 damage and healing up from 25. That's fine. I mean, you get 2 antis out of it if you aim it correctly, but being on a major perk is a lot better than a minor. Baptiste. Hitting entire 3-round burst reloads a healing projectile. Direct hit with healing projectile reloads 3 primary ammo. That's not going to be an issue in the ranks I play in. Baptiste will never have to reload in the high ranks, though, so that's something they're going to need to watch. And automated healing minor perk. Change to now using any ability triggers Baptiste's shoulder turret, which periodically fires up to 3 shots at allies, each restoring 25 health. Okay. My only question on that is, are they going to count his jump boots as an ability? Because if it's just popping his lamp or biotic field, then that's fine. But if every time you super jump, it heals 3 people around you, that could be broken because you're just sitting there bouncing on point with what is effectively 3 ERA pylons. So Lifeweaver got several nerfs, surprisingly. Base health is reduced from 225 to 200. Minor perk, Rejuvenating Dash, only adds 20 healing to next Blossom instead of 40. Major perk, allies gain 25% attack speed while standing on the platform. I don't even remember what his other major perk is, but that one sounds nice. But the nerf to the healing and the nerf to his health are kind of a surprise. Moira got several changes. Minor perk, Coalescence can be toggled between pure healing or pure damage with 25% greater effect. So that's the same one that was in the Junkenstein's Lab Halloween event last year. Minor perk, instant healing is reduced from 30 down to 50. Reversal, reactivating Biotic Orb reverses its direction. Okay, so that's nice. So you can get twice the effective damage or healing out of it just by keeping it in the range you want it for longer. Wu Yang. Developer comments, Wu Yang has had a successful trial weekend as one of the top performing heroes across all platforms. Given his relatively strong standing, these adjustments are primarily targeted at gameplay feel rather than raw damage and healing output. In particular, Rushing Torrent has been adjusted to help him reach high ground more easily, and Guardian Wave will now travel down tall ledges, which will help him support from those locations without having to give up positioning. No changes. He's now available in competitive. Quick Melee now interrupts controlling the Water Orb and channeling Restorative Stream. Rushing Torrent Ability 1, initial speed boost on activation increased by 50%, jump height increased by 2 meters. Guardian Wave, decreased maximum range by 5 meters, but Shockwave drop height increased from 3 to 20. Tidal Blast Ultimate, self-usage time decreased from 0.8 to 0.6 seconds. Maybe it's just me, because when I did a review on him back at the start of the trial weekend, everybody roasted me for talking about how he was too weak, and honestly, I think I called him like the worst support in his current state. And if I'm wrong, great, because he's a great character. He's fun to play. I like everything about him. But both playing as him and, more importantly, playing against him, if you get within 10 meters and manage to bait out the Guardian Wave, he's a sitting duck. 19 out of 20 matches, I'm forced them off of Wu Yang long before they got their first perk, just by getting close enough that they couldn't do damage. But apparently he's still listed as a top performer during the trial, so either everybody I played against during that trial was a bot, or people just weren't trying to min-max and figure out how to counter him since it was just a trial. So hopefully I was wrong, but nothing here adjusted the effective range on his primary. So if you bait out the Guardian Wave, I'm pretty sure any dive or flank character can destroy him. But we'll find out for sure once he releases in competitive next week. And I'm still waiting to hear an exact date on when the website's supposed to go live, but I'm pretty sure we're supposed to get the website this season too, where we can actually watch hero pick and win rates for ourselves. I mean, I like all these changes. Hopefully he's better than I'm expecting. It's just, as someone who mainly plays Winston and Junkrat and Tracer and backline destroying characters, he felt weaker than any other support to me. But hopefully I was wrong. If not, they'll have to do a hotfix on his close range primary damage. Yeah, so just scrolling through the rest of this is all stuff I've covered in previous videos from the other blogs and the trailers and everything else, so I'm not going to go through all that again. And that's going to be the biggest of the changes that I can see as far as balance. So that's going to do it for this video, but wow, am I looking forward to this new season. This is by far the biggest season we've had in a while in terms of content, in terms of balance, in terms of updates and changes. This season is enormous, and I can't wait to play. But for now, that's going to be it for this video. If y'all enjoyed, hey, according to YouTube, 98% of people watching are not subscribed, so y'all know to hit that button. Y'all have a good one.